So hello, I am Ken Kinter, and welcome back to my journey through leukemia. Hope this isn't your first view, but it's okay if it is. I usually suggest people start with day one and then jump to wherever they want to jump, including today. But welcome. Um, this is day 182, I'm going to call it, of my journey through leukemia. So officially, that makes it my 6 month, what I call cancer-versary, which is a terrible word, but I don't mind it. So what I wanted to do was to give an update and also some reflections about where things are now. If you've been following this along, you've kind of seen the evolution of this, my medical treatment, what I've learned along the way, my appearance, and all the little things that you learn along the way, both professional, medical, personal, et cetera, et cetera. So some of those things have changed over 6 months. And so I've been kind of reflecting from where I was to where I am. So update number one, I'm still alive. That's a win. Two, pretty well, doing pretty well. I'm actually checking in with you live from Seton Hall University, my one of my part-time jobs in a university that I really enjoy working at. Um, and I'm new here, but it's been a great experience so far, and I really enjoy being back in the classroom, as opposed to my other faculty position at Rutgers, which is much more psychiatric hospitals and training staff. It's very different, so it's nice to catch both sides. So the main topic is then and now, 6 months ago to present day. Um, and all you have to do is go back and look at one of the first days of the videos, and you'll see differences. I have changed in every way I think possible in 6 months. However, also striving to keep the fundamentals of who I am the same, and those parts of myself that I like to do more of, and parts of myself that I like less to do less of. So, for example, in the beginning of this, I saw this as a sprint. Come in, you do this, and you get done. Eh, Everybody goes in like that. And then reality shows up and you learn. So I don't want this to be a marathon, but there are elements of it between that is sprint and marathon. And I'm incorporating those two, and I'm at peace with that. I still want to keep this on the short side for obvious reasons, but there are elements of marathon that one does need to have to go through something like this. Um, when I started this journey, I cataloged things that were most important to me, about my recovery. And those elements are all the same, but they've moved a little bit. So I wanted to talk about that because whatever recovery process you may have gone through or are going through or will have to go through at some point, these things are critical underpinnings, and yours aren't going to be the same as mine. And you're going to add things and you're going to move things, and that's okay. These are just mine. And you're welcome to any and all of them. And you're also welcome to your own, which are infinitely more important. So first off is the professional team getting the best care available, because that dictates where everything goes. And for me, that's been Temple Fox Chase, and previous to that, Capitol Health Pennington. Just as important are the personal supports, who I affectionately refer to, and that's all of you. If you're watching this, you're on this team, and many of you knew you were on this team long before seeing any of these videos. I refer to you as Team Faith, Hope, Love, because those are the things that I get from you, and those are the things that sustain me every bit as much as medication and food and air. And please do not minimize. There's been no role too small that I haven't, that isn't in here, even if I forget to say it. I will start with my wife, who is officially now three people. One of whom pretty much takes care of me all the time, and one manages to do all sorts of other things, and one was the person they were doing before. She's turned into three people, and she's really been the MVP of this whole thing for me, and I would not be here without. So let's lead with that. But it takes a village, it takes a team, and I without intending to, assembled the best team I could possibly assemble, to help get me through this. That's number one. Number two, my vision of my life that I want back. Traveling with my wife. being back at work. This is part of it. This right now is actually a celebration of being a part of the way back through that. I love what I do for a living. Don't tell anybody, but I would do it for free. I just need to be, someone need to house me or something. I love what I do. I never want to stop doing it. And I'm not letting leukemia stop me from doing it. Sorry, not happening. You're just going to have to kill me. That's just how that's going to work. But my vision to have my life back, but also to improve upon it based on what I know now. That's in the 2 spot now. That wasn't in the 2 spot before. That moved up. Also moving up, music, number 3, vital. Vital for me, vital. Could be painting for you, could be a dog for you, could be the shore, it could be anything. With me, it's music, man. It's like the blood of your soul. Just needs to be. Number 4 is spirituality, and music and spirituality inverted in order. My particular type of spirituality has a lot to do with Thich Nhat Hanh, if you're familiar. Has a lot of 12-step philosophy in it as well, and probably overlaps pretty hard with the at least 1,000 hours of therapy that I've been a participant of over the years, individual, group. I always joke with my clients that I have been in more therapy than you will ever be in, and that's a good thing. So that piece, something larger than myself. And I'm not saying I have things figured out. I don't know what awaits the next step. I'm not going to tell you anything about heaven or evil or anything like that. I'm just not going to do it. I probably have more of a Buddhist orientation, but even that, I'm not a strict Buddhist either. I take what I need and I leave the rest. I call it a quilt. But there are more elements of certain things in that quilt than others, and there's a lot of overlap. The last one is more specific, and actually my friend Jeff helped me get to this one. And the word is detachment. And detachment is really important. And detachment is hard to say when you're talking about your health. But I mean detachment in the idea that if I get good news, I have a bad habit assuming that the next bit of news is going to be good too. And then I get disappointed if that doesn't happen. Or I get good news and then I immediately start to worry that now the next one is going to be bad news. So if you have a pattern like this is what I'm talking about. So detaching yourself from the outcome. Good news, celebrate the good news in and of itself, knowing that bad news, neutral news, or good news could be coming next, and neither the news you just got nor you have control over when that happens. So whether that generates excitement, which then can lead to disappointment, or whether it generates fear or sadness, none of that helps. None of that helps. What helps is, here I am. Here I am in my true home. Here I am in the present moment. This is it. This is where I am. And you know what? I'm alive. I'm here. I'm breathing. That's winning. So it's so hard to do. So hard to do. And like breathing, you're always doing it. So you got another chance. Because to me, this is where the head trips come in. If I could sit here and think about why did I get leukemia, I could make myself wild over that. Or I could get a lab result and spend the whole rest of the day, okay, how do I get the platelets up? How do I get the platelets up? Or, oh man, my white blood cells are perfect. I'm on a roll now, knowing that the next day they could crash, So I avoid my mind and then subsequently my body going on this whole ride over and over and over and over and over and over again. So detachment, big specific skill. Again, very Thich Nhat Hanh, very, very Buddhist, but freestanding for me, just a critical freestanding skill. I'm at a point now, I should give an update. The other part of the update is I am scheduled to have one last admission in about 2 weeks. And that will be my 8th chemo admission, my final chemo admission, after which time I find out if I qualify for monthly maintenance, outpatient, or whether I'm going to be moving up and doing the transplant thing. Now, all of the news is pointing toward I get finished my last admission. I pass 2 more tests, MRD and biopsy, which I've had before and passed all of so far, 2 of each, I think. That makes the determination. And you can see where my mind can go already. I'm so psyched. Last admission. I'm almost done this. I'm almost in monthly outpatient maintenance. Oh shit, what if I fail one of those 2 tests and I need to do a transplant? Detachment time. I don't know either one of those. All I know is my blood work's good. I go in Halloween. That's it. Next blood work. That's it. Uncluttered. And then the rest of that energy I still have for other things like keeping myself well. So that's where that update is. So trying hard not to be excited, because finishing that last admission also means I can travel, because for 6 months, the furthest I've gone is New York City, and I needed permission to get that. And that was for my birthday. So me and my wife are badly in need of going anywhere. So trying to measure and stay detached on both sides of all that. So other things, to be perfectly honest, what I think about now at 6 months, that I didn't think about the same way 6 months ago. One is travel, just talked about it, because now the light at the end of the tunnel, I can see out of the tunnel, but I'm not out of it. I do have concerns that I did not have before. When I thought that I was not going to live very long, I wasn't too worried about the long-term condition of my body. After countless 60 plus chemo treatments, I don't even know. After hundreds of needles, I don't know. I don't know what damage this has done to me, so that when I survive this, what's left? That is a fear. That is a very rational fear. I refer to myself sometimes as a toxic waste dump, because that's what I feel like. I have all these chemicals and I have all this stuff in my body, and that's on top of cancer. So I worry about that. So I'll do all this fighting and get through this, and either the disease or the cure or both end up taking 15, 20 years off my life. That's possible. That is a fear. My time horizon. How long will I be well? Do I have a trip left in me? Do I have an Egypt trip left in me? Do I have a New Zealand trip left in me? Do I have these things? Do I have years? And how many of those years are functional years? I know what it's like to sit in a hospital bed, non-functional, and some of you do too. Not a good feeling. And then the idea that that is now a permanent state, that this is not a pass-through. I do have concerns about money, specifically making sure that my wife is okay, and that everything I've worked for doesn't end up being a medical bill, which so far everything has been pretty much wonderful with. My wife has had to kick an insurance company's ass along the way, but sorry, not sorry. And then just the road ahead, just living with the day-to-day, not knowing. We all go every day knowing that we don't have tomorrow promised to us, but we don't always have the evidence. I got receipts. I got a stack of receipts. Some of y'all have stacks of receipts, right? So, so that's stuff. So that's sort of what's happened over the last 6 months. If you've been through a journey like this before, maybe there are similarities, maybe there are differences, I don't know. If you do go through something like this is one person's mile marker at 6 months. I will continue to give updates. I'm going to keep rolling. I got a stay coming up. I got a lot to do coming up yet. It's possible that these things will space out, and these updates do seem to space out as they become less interesting, as there's less drama going from visit to visit, and hopefully that continues. I look forward to some more boredom in my life. And I feel like I'm rambling now, so I'm going to shut up. I thank you for everything. Card, thought, prayer, lawnmower. Yeah, somebody did that. Whatever it was, any thought, any intention, nothing was missed. Nothing is forgotten by me. It's all in here, and it's part of why I'm still here. And I genuinely believe that. So whatever it's been, I appreciate. And I hope in some way my experience can help you or can help others. And please feel free to pass this along to anyone if you think there's anyone that could benefit from it. My contact information as well. This is quite the journey. And the knowing that there are people there, as I mentioned, my team, makes it better. So hoping that the news that's coming in is good, but today's a good day, and that's what we're rolling with. So you take care, be well, catch you soon. Bye-bye.